Hello, everyone. My name is Danny. This review is for the movie called The Secret Life of Pets 2. This is a 2019 film. I just came from the theater a couple hours ago and saw it. It's rated PG, of course. It's directed by Chris Renaud. It stars the voice talents of Patton Oswalt, Kevin Hart, Harrison Ford, Eric Stonestreet, and Jenny Slate. This runs an hour and 26 minutes. This is Illumination's 10th animated feature. It is the highly anticipated sequel to the 2016 comedic blockbuster that had the biggest opening weekend ever for an original film, animated or otherwise. Packed with Illumination's signature irreverence and submersive humor, this new chapter explores the emotional lives of our pets, the deep bond between them and the families that love them, and answers the question that has long intrigued every pet owner: what are your pets really doing when you're not at home? Terrier Max is coping with some major life changes. His owner is now married and has a toddler, Liam. Max is so worried about protecting the boy that he develops a nervous tic. On a family trip to a farm, Max and Mutt Duke encounter canine intolerant cows, hostile foxes, and a terrifying turkey, all of which only elevates Max's anxiety. Luckily, Max gets some guidance from veteran farm dog Rooster, who pushes Max to ditch his neurosis, find his inner alpha, and give Liam a little more freedom. Meanwhile, while her owner is away, plucky Pomeranian Gidget tries to rescue Max's favorite toy from a cat-packed apartment with a little help from her feline friend Chloe, who has discovered the joys of catnip. And crazy but cute bunny Snowball gets delusions of grandeur that he's an actual superhero after his owner Molly starts dressing him in superhero pajamas. But when Daisy, a fearless Shih Tzu, shows up to ask for Snowball's help on a dangerous mission, he'll have to summon the courage to become the hero he's only been pretending to be. Can Max, Snowball, Gidget, and the rest of the gang find the inner courage to face their biggest longtime collaborator, Jeanette Healy? Their biggest fears. The Secret Life of Pets 2 is produced by all these people, blah, blah, blah. There you go. Whew. Want to give the whole story away in the description? Goodness gracious. So, Secret Life of Pets 2. I really liked it. When I came out of the theater, a lot of dads were just generally talking to each other that it was really funny. And I agree as an older male. I never feel weird going to animated movies because the ones I go to in theater, I think are going to be pretty epic. I plan to go see Toy Story 4 in theater because it's going to be epic. So I knew that this was a big deal of a movie. The graphics are always amazing. The first one just blew everybody away. Like it said, it was the highest well done movie ever. So high anticipation for the second one. It's been pushed on TV over and over and over again every 5 minutes for a commercial or a pop-up ad or something. And so I really did enjoy it. Adults enjoy it. Kids are into it. It has quotable lines and everything. Fabulous. Wonderful, okay? So as far as the review of the movie, all you can do is criticize voice talents, graphics, and appropriateness. That's probably what I'll cover. The voice talents is that you've got to be a Kevin Hart fan. It's kind of crazy. Everything that he's a part of, he has to be a big part of. This movie could have done without half of what Snowball character gets to do. It could have done without half of his participation. I mean, it just gets laid on, man. And like he is a huge part of this. Kevin Hart has to have his voice in in this part of the movie, in this part of this movie, in this part of this movie. I would have enjoyed it so much more with a little less Snowball and a little bit less of his little friend. Those two just had a movie come out about night school, and I just cannot stand their voices together. Kevin Hart and his little girlfriend, that obviously like doing movies together because they're both extremely funny to most people, but I cannot stand her voice as a human being, as a animated dog. I can't stand her. I just can't. I'm done with her. She annoys the heck out of me. She ruins movies that she's in. It's terrible. So that's my big annoyance of the movie is the girl that plays. I think her name's Angel. Yeah, the Shih Tzu. I cannot stand her voice, and she ruins movies for me. She literally does anymore. I've seen a couple of hers in the last couple months, and I'm just really over her as an actress and as a funny person because she just drives me crazy. Kevin Hart, I do find funny. I know he's a megastar. I know he has to have a big role and everything, like I said. But I do think he's funny, and I do think he adds a lot to this movie. But it's a complete other storyline. Like they keep going to this part with Snowball and this part with Max. And Max is the reason why this movie got made. Like he's the main character. And I would have been fine if they would have just had his storyline. And this is only an hour and a half. It's really not that long. And for them to stretch out parts with Snowball's adventure and just kind of mention Max is kind of ridiculous because it's not staying true to the identity of the movie. There's a lot of stuff out in the park, like it's not all about just being at home, but it's still, a nice story for Max, but it's more of an adventure for Snowball. So it really does shift gears in the second one. I just wish they would keep Max as the focus because he is the focus. So, like I said, the graphics are always amazing. The way they make these animals look and everything is just fabulous. I will never complain about The Secret Life of Pets because it just forms cities and scenery and has the animals do some amazing things. It's all funny, and they've made a lot of good Illumination movies, and this is definitely one of them. It's just the way that they handle the characterization and the colors. Everything is truly wonderful, and it really is a delight to watch. And just it's easy on the eyes, it's easy on the ears, and it's just a joy to watch these two movies. It really is. They're totally are just enjoyable. So that brings us to the real thing that matters here, and that is the inappropriateness of parts of this movie. I think I counted 4 or 5 times. Specific examples, not really, but the first one I think I noticed was a cow saying a very naughty name to this dog that was irritating it, and I just thought it was not necessary. And of course, Tiffany Haddish has to kind of have her attitude about her, even though she's an animated dog. But she doesn't really say anything particularly awful, but there is that sarcasm that comes in people's voices. But there are some bad like names and things thrown out there. So just to be cautious, it's not that big a deal. But yeah, I would just be on under watch to make sure. There are a lot of quotable things in this movie. My favorite one was "I'm in a car." I know I'm in a car. I could see myself and my friends just quoting that, and look how old I am. So it's really enjoyable, really fun. I think Kevin Hart always adds another layer to a movie, even though he's not himself in it. And there's a lot of stuff to just be happy about and just smile about and feel good about with this movie. So, just to be cautious on a couple things, um, I was gonna give this a lower grade because I kind of got bored in the middle of the movie, and I don't know why. I was having a lot of fun through, where we know Max and Dutch are going to the farm, and they meet Rooster and everything, and then at some point it just kind of gets kind of boring, but maybe it's just I was on such a high and everything, and then the ending is really well done. It's really action packed. There's some really good messages in this about caring for others and handling your stress and finding somebody to create an adventure with. There's a lot of stuff like that that is amazing messages in this movie. And I was going to give it a lower grade because it gets a little boring. But honestly, hearing myself talk, it's just one of those movies that you can't pass up. Like you have got to cherish it and enjoy it because of what it has in it, the messages, the comedy. I just found myself smiling the whole time, from start to finish. And you don't get movies like that all the time. And I think I can overcome my uncontentness for Haddish and get over it that this is an amazing, well done, complete movie. And I'm going to give The Secret Life of Pets 2 an A minus. I would love to watch it again. I would love to own it. And I will get over the one voice that, I can get over. So totally suggest watching it. If you haven't seen the first one, you might need some introduction to some characters. But if you just want to see the second one, you can enjoy it just as much as if just as much as you will when you get introduced to the first one. So I will give an A minus to The Secret Life of Pets 2. Thanks a lot, guys. My name's Danny. If you like this or any of my other videos, try and give some of them a watch. Like and subscribe to my channel if you would. And enjoy your movies. Thanks.